Hey everybody, we're officially live. I'm just waiting to make sure, okay, the camera is connected, good. I'm also gonna turn up my mic a little bit for this stream. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that. Or I could go audio output capture and just kind of bring that down just a tiny bit. All right, hello everybody, how are you doing tonight? I am still working on Tundra's Majesty. Tonight is the 20th session. 20, that's kind of crazy. Like, God, I've been working on this thing for so long. And it's, you know, it's kind of, it was chipping away at me, but it's kind of coming around on me a little bit. I think that I'm coming around to the idea of getting this thing kind of fixed up and the way that I want it to be, and so far so good. Last night I worked on the, I just kind of wet the canvas so we have like little drops of water on here. I worked on the trees to try to get them to look a little bit more realistic. I am no Bob Ross, so I don't, I don't do great with the landscapes, but I'm learning. And that's really important, right? Because if with every piece I don't struggle with something, then I'm not improving, right? So I think the whole goal is to improve forever, like just endlessly, just continuously improve forever. So that's kind of what I'm going for. I want to struggle with the painting. It's a good thing. I want to turn away. Also, like, I feel like I just don't want to tackle it, but what I should be doing is I should be confronting it and going head on and just trying until I get it right. So that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so far so good. I have been making improvements here. I'm actually really liking the way that these are turning out as opposed to the way that they were looking before. They were kind of looking kind of sad, like, I don't know, it's something about the perspective. I wasn't getting it right. I wasn't getting the, like the colors right. It wasn't fading out into the background the way that I wanted it to. So, alright, I'm gonna do like a nice fine mist, alright, in the air, just like that. Trying not to get too many water droplets around. Okay, so let's get some paint on our palette over here. I've got the palette cam pulled back a little bit so that we can see a little more than we could before, which is super awesome. So Keto Squared, he is currently delivering some pizzas right now. Yes, and I guess tonight is graduation night for a lot of folks. I guess there's people be graduating right now, so that's pretty gosh darn cool. Hey, so I got 162 fantastic people who tapped that heart on my profile, and that was super awesome. I feel so loved. I really do. When I get to the 200 mark one of these days, if I do, then I would like to do another giveaway, and something a little bit bigger this time. So Rin 143 was our last giveaway winner. When I got to the 100 follow mark, I did a nice little giveaway that had a Keto Squared bring a pepperoni pie to a place near you. Peck Leaves from Owl of the Fog. Hello, Owl of the Fog. Hey, how is it going? today I had like a moment where I actually got to get a little bit on social media for like 2 seconds, but now I'm drowning in notifications. I don't know what to do. Oh my gosh. I was just thinking about that because I still need to hop on Discord and I'm drowning in notifications right now. It's overwhelming. But I'll get there. I'll get there. Last night I was supposed to, but I went straight to bed. I was trying to back up some stuff on my phone, and then for some reason, like, my computer didn't accept it, so I guess I gotta try again tonight. I don't know how that happened. I got some kind of error. Maybe not enough. It said not enough disk space, but I have plenty, so something's wrong. I don't know. But yeah, tonight I might have some time after I stream. I would like to be on the Discord and just kind of chill out and post some stuff, because I actually have some pictures and things that I wanted to share with you guys. Yeah, and also my chicken video. I have this video of my chickens eating a scorpion alive, which is kind of intense. You guys want to see that? It's kind of crazy. I'm not going to show it on the stream. I don't think I really want to do that, but it's kind of brutal. I mean, if you like scorpions, you're probably not going to want to watch that video. Like, oh my gosh. It's kind of brutal. So, okay, so I have cyan on there. I definitely need a little bit of cobalt blue. Okay. Sorry, Indigo, what? Yeah. Scorpion. Okay, so we get bark scorpions around here. And not to alarm you, Owl of the Fog, but they're the most venomous scorpion species. So that sucks, right? They've got some intense venom. I'm telling you, I mean, this venom will make you hurt for like 48 hours. I've never been stung by one of the bark scorpions, but I've been stung by a scorpion. I think it was either a desert hairy or a yellow scorpion. I couldn't tell. And it wasn't really as bad as it sounds. To be honest, when I stepped on it, and I got stung, it felt like stepping on a pine needle, and the pine needle like went up into my foot, but it felt a little bit different, and my foot kind of felt like it was hot. So I looked, and there was, sure enough, a scorpion there. So I picked it up and I collected it and kept it. But that was the first and only sting I've ever had. Knock on wood. Because, yeah, ballistic phobias I have to get over. Stop. Hey, at least you're not in Arizona, right? So you're probably alright. You'll probably be fine. Yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Yeah, they're kind of abundant. So I have this video from a couple of years ago when I had a lot of scorpions in the yard, but I hadn't like done any kind of pest control about it, right? So we had a lot of scorpions in the yard, and essentially what I did in this video, I should probably go find that video and maybe make it like a break screen or something, where I walked around and I flashed the black light on all the scorpions in the yard. There were just some chilling in the yard, like on the walls, on the ground, crawling around, like so many of them. But I have been doing something about it lately. Usually I just let them be, right, in the yard, just let them be, let them do whatever. But they're too much of a hazard, so lately I've been doing something about it, thankfully. Yeah, and so I've been capturing them, and I've been feeding them to the chickens, and they eat them. They eat those scorpions up real good. I think I've fed 11 of them so far to the chickens, and I have another sweep to do tonight because there's 2 in the corner of the yard I wasn't able to get last night because they were too far in the walls. which sucks. They like to hide, but they're not very good at hiding because they light up under a UV light. They think they're so sly, you know, but they definitely can feel themselves light up. They get very shy when you shine that UV light on them. They know that they light up. They know it, and they can see it and feel it. Which is sort of, it kind of sucks. Because then, like, as soon as you discover them, they want to crawl away, right? So that kind of like, it makes it difficult. That's for sure. That is for sure. But, you know, gotta try. And I get a lot of them doing it, too. You just get the black light out, and then you get some pliers. You gotta get the needle nose type of pliers with the grips on them. I use the ones that are needle nose, and then they have, like, the little teeth on them, so that you can just kind of, like, grab the tail, just kind of the end of the tail, so that they have no mobility and that they can't sting, right? Because that's the really big threat, is the stinger. So you just nip them right in the stinger and just hold them. And then I hang them over the chickens, and the chickens just gobble it up, man. But I usually try to keep the stinger away from them, but sometimes they snatch everything, like the stinger and all. And we haven't had any problems thus far, but I'm definitely not trying to feed them the stinger because the venom, I'm not sure if it will make their stomach upset, and I'm also not sure if they might accidentally prick their own face. Could you imagine if they pricked their own face? Because the chickens, as awesome as they are and as cool as like they can be with, like, you know, as pest control, they still are not impervious to scorpion stings. So if they got stung by a if they happened to get stung by a bark scorpion, then they would no longer, you know, be alive. They would cease to be. Unfortunately, the venom is so potent that it would actually kill our little chickies, so I can't let it happen. You know, I gotta be kind of careful at least. 11, okay, not moving to Arizona. In fact, not moving anywhere in America. Thanks for moving outside of the States, or thinking about moving outside of the States. Not saying why, y'all know the reason. Yeah, man, all those scorpions, I'm saying, they're everywhere, man, out here. We're not on a documented scorpion bed, but I know we're on a scorpion bed. Just people haven't reported it. So here in Arizona, there's like these hot maps, right, of scorpions. Just these maps of like where like documented like scorpion findings are. And you'll see a lot of them like will show in like Phoenix and such, but they're not all in Phoenix, and they're not all in like the really dense city areas. They're kind of usually, you're gonna find them more out in like the Peoria area. And out here, my gosh, we are on a scorpion bed, but we're not on a documented scorpion bed. But I can tell you for a fact, I have seen more scorpions here than I have ever seen in my entire life, anywhere in Arizona. I have never seen so many, and they are bark scorpions of all scorpions to find. I've not seen a single scorpion out here that is not a bark scorpion. And that is kind of distressing. Like, that's kind of chilling. Not the scorpions. The thing that happened this past Tuesday is the reason I don't want to live in America anymore. Oh no. What happened? Well, now I'm kind of... Oh. That was Tuesday, wasn't it? Yeah, I know what you're saying. I've been trying not to think about that, actually. Yes, it's very, very distressing. I know what you're talking about, and I agree. I want something to be done about this. We can't be living... I've got a daughter she's 4. She's only going to get older. And we are soon going to be taking her to school. And honestly, it's extremely distressing that people, I'm not going to say anything, but people value their, you know, their things, their objects, over the lives of the people who are going to inherit the country, and it's just baffling to me that this is even a debate. It's so awful. Sorry, Brian. No, don't worry. It's not like you knew that. And I'm just, I understand. I understand where you're coming from. And honestly, it's just, oh my gosh. Like, I can't. The fact that this is such a common thing now, like, just another day in the United States, it's extremely distressing. And I find it hard to talk to people now who will value their objects over the lives of young people. It's horrible, distressing. Anyways, let's try to have a lighter dialogue. And it's not your fault, by the way. I am kind of struggling with that as well. We all are. I think anybody with half a brain probably is. Because it's a very, very heavy topic, and it shouldn't even be a debate. Shouldn't be a debate. Yeah. I don't blame you. Yeah, I don't blame you either. Yeah, for worrying and thinking about it, because I've got a daughter, and just, oh my gosh, I can't tell you how terrified I am of the world that we live in and the people that we surround ourselves with, and just the people that are just there that you just can't get rid of until they do something. Not good. Anywho, let us talk about, I guess because my streams are back to back, I don't really have any crazy news or anything like that, so like, the interesting thing about, like, having the streams back to back like that is, like, my news is probably about the same as it was, like, yesterday. But hey, I'm making progress on these trees, and it's kind of nice so far. I'm kind of happy with it. It's not perfect or anything, but I am quite happy that I am making some kind of progress. I also wanted to use some, like, sort of yellow, warm light over here. But we are still moving on. I think I really got to follow a pattern or something. I'm not really sure. I'm not good at painting trees, and like I said, I am no Bob Ross, and I'm definitely never going to claim to be, but I'm trying my darndest. Trying my best. But I kind of have to add a little bit of something down here. It's hard, man. It's hard to paint trees. I'm canceling the game I was working on. Sooner or later, they'll blame everything on video games, and for a good bad reason. They've already tried that, and it's stupid that they would ever blame that sort of thing on video games. It's like, Video games are like novels or movies, but interactive. I think that argument's pretty much long dead. I wouldn't worry about it all too much. You know, if they ban video games that have action or whatever in them, then they should ban movies. And you know they're never going to do that. They're never going to ban movies because there's some scenes that are, you know, that are violent or whatever in them. I feel like they should sooner ban like TikTok or something like that, because they or even just like Twitch, because you probably heard of the news from the other thing that happened, and it was I guess a Twitch streamer, and that was horrifying, like genuinely horrifying. Like honestly, what are you gonna do? Really. It's not the video games. It's not the video games, and you know that. Like, you know. You gotta know. Like, they don't think that. I mean, I'm sure there are people that think that, but they're just kind of like, it's a straw man argument, is what I'm trying to say. And that's long since been proven. I blame it on the objects that are used to do the deed, and the people who can't handle those objects, because your average Joe has a pea brain and can't really, you know, have that type of power in their hands. I'm canceling the game I was working on. Oh, okay, I already read that. Oh my gosh. I think that's, you know, a choice that you can make if you end up wanting to maybe go on hiatus or something, because it's a lot of work, especially if you're doing that all on your own. I think you pretty much need a team to handle something like a video game. It's pretty taxing. I mean truly, it's a lot of work to make a masterpiece like that. Boomers and those born prior to boomers blame everything on bad games. Everything bad on games. Well, funny thing about boomers and the older generations is, I hate to say this, but like, they only have so much longer to be here. You know what I mean? Like, they're not the old dinosaurs of people, the fossils that are living. Yeah, they can only be here for so long. I wouldn't worry too much about it, because by the time something happens about video games with their old systems that take like several years for anything to even come into effect, just I wouldn't worry about it. They'll be long gone by then. More open-minded folk will take over. Got this. We got this, Owl. We got this. Good thing. That'll do. Just need I do need kind of like a cobalt blue to make its way up here. Actually, hold the phone. We should probably use cobalt blue, a tad bit of orange, and what we should probably be using. No, that's too bright. It's too bright. Oh, we need something more saturated. bit. Okay, and then maybe slightly lighter up there, slightly. Ever so slightly, we'll use some sand and just a dab of white. Just a dab. Actually, we'll use more. We'll use more of that and we'll use more sand. Mario Kart unironically has some pretty great jams. Unironically. Okay, this is starting to come together a bit. I have to really get in the zone. It's hard for me. It is so hard for me. Oh, wow. It is very hard. In other news, the job we're working on is almost done. Just leveling the last bit of flagstone, followed by polymeric sand, and done. Nice! Right on. That's a really big job, too. The jobs we're doing over here is, I just set up a fence today around the garden part that my chickens were eating that I didn't have protected prior, which you gotta know that was a mistake. I thought shooing them off over and over and training them would help. Nope, it doesn't. Anyways, I worked on that, and then also we are replacing a toilet currently, and that is always a pain in the behind. Replacing a toilet for the first time. That's because it's a big job. Yep. Yes. It absolutely is it's a huge job. Yeah, it's gonna take time too, man. But it's great that you got it going. That you're able to get it moving. Because I remember you were mentioning before that the weather was kind of keeping that from happening. And that kind of sucked. But it's really cool that the weather kind of calmed down in the way that you're able to actually, like, you know, get moving on that project. Because that is, it's a lot of work. And it's kind of daunting when it's just sitting there waiting for you, right? Quite the nuisance. Can be quite the nuisance. If it's just sitting there waiting. These are looking more like trees a little bit. Gotta love Song of Storms. Because we were literally just talking about the storms. I do need this to be a little bit more light. I need it to kind of resemble this one a bit. So I'll make more of this. Just kind of go ahead and do this. So we want like a lower contrast on this one. Just want the contrast to be kind of like a little bit lower. Still want the lights and we still want the darks, but we just want the contrast to just be evened out a bit. A little bit more than it was. Anyways. Weather's still bad. We could have gotten the leveling done, but rain. Ugh. Always raining on our parades. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear about that. Well, hopefully the weather calms down a bit. For at least now. I mean, at least you can kind of take a nice little rest and just take a nice break and blame the bad weather, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just need a break and an excuse to just kind of kick back. But when it's for that long, though, I can imagine that could just be so annoying. I'm sure that's really no fun. This is hard. But it's coming together. It's coming together. They're starting to look like trees. And I'm pretty happy about that. So far, so good. Yes. Yes, yes. Looks like a tree, right? I don't know. I'm trying. It's a little bit like a trunk there. Just a bit. The worst part about all of this is something strange. The weather? You mean to say climate change? Because I notice it. But I might be completely off the mark with what you're mentioning. That's just a shot in the dark there. Go. Think that'll work? Think that'll work? I think and I believe. Alright, so this I don't wanna do what I did there. This. It's just, it looks a little too big. Just a little bit. Perhaps I can kind of erase that a little bit, or make it just a little bit taller to kind of like redo some of that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing it. I know what I'm gonna do now. understand. Okay. This? Yep. Perfect. I love this song. You know, something weird about me. Accordions kind of freak me out. The sound that they make, just deep down. I mean, I suppress these feelings most of the time. But the sound an accordion makes is so unsettling. I don't know why. Isn't it so unsettling? I mean, maybe it's the dissonant notes that they play. Maybe it's the dissonance. But something about the sound of the accordion is just, it's weird to me. It weirds me out. Vagueness of your message, something strange. I'm not sure what it means. What does it mean? It's so vague. There we go. A little bit of what? Just a bit. Along this lovely tree. Anybody remember Happy Tree Friends? That was like big when I was a wee child. When I was small. I wasn't a child, I was actually in high school, so, well, I mean, I was a child, but I wasn't like a little child. I wasn't really that small. I was a youngin', though. I had to dig through my Twitter post to find this. Do not feel bad for me. I had a growth implant, which I'm 70% there. Put in my arm, in 2009 to 2010 to delay puberty. Oh, okay. Interesting. Was that to kind of like... Was that kind of like to offset puberty so that in case like you wanted to transition or something? Do not feel bad for me. So I imagine obviously this had to be a consensual thing. This is something that you consented to or that you wanted to have done, right? I would only feel bad for you if it were something that like was done against your will. That's how I would feel bad for you. If it were against your will, but if it were something that you chose to do, it's like you do you, you know? Whatever. So that's interesting. I didn't know that that was a thing that existed. An implant that can delay puberty? It's kind of interesting. See, I had to get a growth hormone in the form of shots, the medical kind. Interesting. I have a friend who I grew up with. She was somebody who I met in 4th grade. Now she had to get hormone shots because she wasn't naturally producing like normal hormones, like the normal levels of hormones. And she, I'm like very positive she still does have to do that. So that was something that she ended up having to do. Now she wasn't like transitioning or anything like that. She was just you know, she wasn't normally producing the hormones, and it was just kind of like a bodily or birth defect sort of thing. That I'm not really sure, but I think runs in her family, perhaps. So, I remember she got those at an early age. I remember that being a thing. I was approaching puberty too quickly, and the implant was there to delay it. Oh, interesting. Interesting. That's so interesting. So, like, puberty was, like, naturally just coming on way too quick. That's, yeah, the body's pretty strange, isn't it? Because, like, anybody can just have all these kind of things that kind of veer outside the norm. And it's just, it could be anything. There's so many working variables in the body that it's just like, anything can really happen. It's so interesting. Sad part is that my implant is still there. What do they do about it? Or that's the sad part. So like, did you want it out, but it's not out for some reason that you're unable to control or don't want it there? That's so interesting. Doubt it works, but still. Yeah, having some kind of like weird foreign object in your body and just knowing it's there, I imagine that's kind of bizarre. A strange feeling. No doubt. That sounds like it would be kind of that's an interesting fact. The more you learn. I didn't even know that something like that existed. That's kind of... Medical science is just kind of neat. I mean, a lot of the stuff skeezes me out. I could never be a doctor because I get skeezed out too easily. But, like, medical science is kind of neat. It's just interesting, like, what they have, what they can do, you know? And what they will be able to do. Now, it's not all super awesome and amazing because a lot of it is just used to, like, make money, and a lot of times they'll, like, cure fake illnesses or create illnesses or create reasons for you to go to the doctor just so that you go, and, like, honestly, that's kind of messed up. Like, that's a legit problem that we have, and in the United States because we don't have universal health care. But the science is interesting. I'm definitely not saying the medical field is interesting. Personally, I think that the medical field is kind of messed up because I've seen what goes on. But I just like science. I always have and I always will. Very fascinating. Very fascinating. I don't quite understand it myself. Like the times I had sample of my blood drawn for who knows what. Yeah, they just do like various tests and things like that to check your vitals. And I remember this one time where I had to get my blood drawn, and they took 10 vials, and I was delirious at the end of it. Because they were testing for valley fever because they ran like, they had an x-ray done, a chest x-ray, to see what was going on with my lungs, because I was going to the doctor, and you know like the breath test where like you breathe out like really hard and then you get like the little red thing to go up, like they have like a little measuring, like a pressure measuring thing in there, just to check to see like how strong it is, like the force of your breath. I've always been extremely weak and under the normal as far as my lungs go. They are super, super weak. My doctor was extremely concerned about it. And this isn't a one-off thing though. Like I do have very, very weak lungs. So he was not lying about that. And he was honestly just trying to get my lung strength up. But yes, I have very, very weak lungs, and I still do. But essentially, they ran chest x-rays and found that A, I have asthma, and B, they found some kind of nodule in my lung, in one of my lungs. I don't remember if it was my left or right. I don't remember. It was a long time ago. But essentially, they found like a spot or growth or something that's in there. And they were like, that's strange. Okay, so we're going to x-ray you again in, say, a few weeks. Or I don't remember if it was a few weeks or like a month or two. But they did another x-ray, and they found that the nodule grew by a little bit. It actually was larger in the second x-ray. And so that kind of set off a lot of alarm bells for them. So then I got tested for valley fever for like 100 different strains or something, like 102 or something crazy. Different strains of valley fever, so they drew a whole ton of blood. Negative on all of them. And then my parents were just like, okay, well I guess that's it, and we'll see if something happens. If you got cancer, whatever. Yeah, no, I don't have like any problems. I'm okay. I just have asthma. But our best guess on what it is that it could actually have come from being in close contact with birds my whole life, because there's a thing that can actually happen in your lungs when you are exposed to birds and bird dander and chickens and large birds. If you're like in close contact and your face is in them all the time, which I was and am, and it can cause like spots and things like that to occur, and it can cause like illness or sickness if you're not careful. But you know, I've never been careful, and I'm okay. Like that doesn't really affect people. I've done some research on it, and it's just not really as scary as it sounds. But I think that's what it is, essentially. Techno geeks! Yes, I do love birds very much, and it doesn't concern me, really. I mean, if your face is buried in them all the time, and you start getting sick and showing signs of illness, then maybe you should, like, start to do something about it and not, you know, bury your face in birds anymore. But you know how I be with them birds. Yeah, I'm not really worried about it. And you know, the important thing to me is that like I never had like cancer, so that's great. Great, that's great. Oh my gosh, I love the cord with the like the thinking face. It's so funny. Oh my gosh, so corny. I love it. Yeah, if anything, COVID caused quite the effect on my lungs. In fact, I still have like a raspy voice from it ever since I got COVID, and my lungs are a little bit weaker since having that. I'm sure I have like some scar tissue in there. I'm sure it caused some you know, irreparable damage. That's what it feels like. It's actually harder for me to talk than it used to be. I have to push a little harder. Like there's more effort behind creating sound from my vocal cords, which is bizarre. I've never had that before. The effort is there. Yeah. But that's okay. I'm doing just fine, and honestly, still better and better all the time. Eep. And what's done is done, right? Like you know, unless it causes major complications, it's fine. Got through it. Whatever. I want that stupid COVID stuff to be over, but that's just the way it is, man. You know, the fact that it's still kicking, and you know, people never took it seriously to begin with, and so it caused all those issues. Just, but I'll talk about it if things don't worry. Like how this tree is coming along. I'm still working on it, but it's gonna take time. Later, sorry I couldn't stay longer, and sorry for being political during the stream. Dude, don't worry about it. Like, seriously. Haley, Jay, however you want to be addressed. Thank you for being here. You're super awesome. Really, you're not causing any kind of problems. I'm sure that is a concern for you, but seriously, just don't worry about it. You're awesome. I love your company, and you know what? When you gotta bring up those political things, it's like it's kind of hard to avoid them. It is. You can't avoid them all the time, and I didn't explicitly say, so you're not causing problems. You're awesome. Have a beautiful evening, and I hope you get some rest. Beep. Of course, if anything becomes an issue, I will definitely address it. And when I avoid certain subjects, I will mention that, as I do normally. No, all is well. I am certainly not affected. It's all good. All well. All is well. All is well here in hell. I'm just kidding. I don't know why I said that. Sometimes I think that when I think all is well. I just want to say that. I don't know why. I don't know if it came from something. Okay, so I need kind of like a darker color to kind of come through here. Here we go. Here we go. It's like really hot in here. It's kind of ridiculous. I turned here down a little bit. I did. So that I wouldn't get too roasted up in here. Last night I was pretty roasty in here. Tonight it feels pretty similar still, even after turning it down. so far so good. These trees are looking like trees. But there is something that I kind of wanted to do. Oh, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do with this painting. It's just not even close. Not even close to done. Not even close. That's okay. I mean, at least I put a dent in the progress. I'm pretty happy about that. La, la. There we go. A little bit of earthbound jams. Yes. All right, so this kind of want a little bit of a dull white up at the top and around the edges here. Here we are. Kind of hard. Yeah, it's a little hard at this angle. I think I'm gonna move this back a little bit, and then we'll kind of get in there, get into the painting. Here's how we'll do. I can just kind of like get real messy with these brush strokes here. Hopefully you can see them well enough. Bit messier, just a bit. Oh, more earthbound. Okay. Okay, playlist. I feel ya. Just bop around a little bit. That looks like a tree, kind of. All right, I'm kind of enjoying this. I'm enjoying the chaos and the messiness of this painting. Just get some rugged tree stuff going on over here. Let's put that in a little bit more. Fast brush strokes. Get them going. Get them going. That's looking like a tree. Maybe. If I'm lucky. And if I add a little bit of red to that, and wet. Then what? Your move, tree. Just kidding. Oh, more Earthbound. What is going on with this playlist? Is everything... Oh, everything's... It must not be randomized tonight. Oh, hello, Aqua Theme. Nice. Very fitting for the music, slightly. I gotta make like a techie or like a crazy tech theme. Futuristic. There's a lot of themes I want to make. Kind of see the shapes forming in the tree. I sound high. Sorry, guys. Oh. I see the shapes forming in the tree. Ridiculous. I'm nuts. Don't listen to me. I'm nuts. You need this really, really dark color to go, though. I need a little bit of orange. We need some of these values to kind of like work for us. There we go. Speaking of tech, there it is. Super Meat Boy. Oh my gosh, technical difficulties. Hey! That's never fun. I hate when that camera goes out. All right. Thank you for letting me know. I do look over periodically, but that time I didn't catch it. Thank you for letting me know. All right, you guys. It is time for a break. I shall see you shortly while I get this camera actually functioning once more. See you shortly. Hold on one moment. We're gonna go add 3. All right, see you soon. fires give me trouble. Alright, looks like we're back. What the heck, trigger fire? That wasn't very nice. I was trying to talk. Okay, there we go. Alright, we are back. And, alrighty, we're doing just fine. Looks like we're reconnected. Everything's working good. Working fine. That minute and 30 seconds usually works out pretty good lately. As long as I'm kind of patient with my reconnecting. And I have to use this phone to connect the camera to the computer. Because otherwise, for some reason, if I use the updated version of the app on my newer phone, well, it just doesn't like that. So it starts to kind of behave funky and then cause problems, which is never any fun. But the good news is, no, the good news is I have two phones to work with, so if one kind of fails on me, then I can use another. I find it valuable to be able to hold on to old tech. Really like this soundtrack. There we go. So far so good. Just gotta keep it up. That's looking like a tree, I suppose. I do declare. I do declare. That is a tree. Right. How do I feel about that? It's crap. Not too big. Alrighty, so now I'll go ahead and take some of this, pepper it in there, up here. We're just going to go ahead and try and get a nice angled shot. You know, it's definitely hard to see. Ross makes it look easy. I'm disconnected from the chat, looks like. Concerning. Looks like I'm back in. Okay, very cool. Let's check to see what Keto said. At least I've got 2 chats running, right? It's almost time for my 5K. Just one more day away. Good news is my ankle is feeling better for the most part. Yeah, so Keto Squared is going to run a 5K. Not tomorrow, but the next day. So, and he's got a, I wouldn't say a busted ankle, but definitely an injured ankle. And he's been at least pretty nice to his ankle in the meantime, but yeah, being his wife, it's still a little concerning. But, you know, he can power through it. I know he can. Keto's a tough dude. Keto's a tough dude. Ain't that the truth? Alright. We are making trees. We just need a bit of an outline here. Nothing too crazy. Just a little bit of an outline. And some really light brush strokes. Very, very light. Light brush strokes. There we go. Cool. That's looking like a tree. Wow. I'm so happy to be making progress on this gosh darn painting. It's been plaguing me this whole time. Just gonna throw this in there. The silhouette of a tree right there. Does kind of look a little more like a tree silhouette. I think it needs to be lighter though. At least lighter down here. Yeah. So we've got some awesome 0-2 music. So creepy. This. Wow. It's hard to do. A nice light blue. Yeah, that 5K. It's gonna be intense. I am positive about that. Lights. Blue. What the heck? It's always black that keeps getting in there. But black keeps just somehow maybe it's in the oh, it's mixed in the blue paint. Okay. It didn't seem to really affect it negatively. So I think that I'm just going to go ahead and say, okay, to this. Not too much of a problem here. Cool. Kind of like atmospheric looking. Stuff here. Cool. Sorry I'm so quiet, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is hard. This is hard mode for me. So I'm a little bit focused. It's like if you're fighting a boss or something. That's me right here with the trees. It is a challenge. It's a challenge. My friends. My friends. I do want this to be quite a bit lighter though. I think I can handle that. A little bit more of this. You need this to be softened quite a bit. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, good on keto. He is going to be running a marathon. Personally never run a marathon. It's just not my cup of tea, and I can't imagine that I would ever really, change my mind. But it's very cool, nonetheless. This definitely needs some more white paint. First off, I'm going to make like this hazy blue, kind of. I want it to be a little bit more pale, slightly. Tones down. There we go. Acrylics and Arizona don't mix. No. Acrylics plus Arizona. Not a favorable combination. once I finish up the trees over here, I'm going to feel so relieved. Seriously, this is the worst part. This is the worst part. Blah, trees. Elusive snail. Hello, hope you don't mind me lurking because I just woke up. Also, the music is a little loud, so it's a bit hard to hear you. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you so much, Elusive Snail 5. Thanks so much for being here. I'm going to turn the music down. I think you're right. In fact, hold on one moment. I can bring the mic a little bit closer to me, and I'll go ahead and turn that music down. This one's going to be kind of probably a more quiet track, but I think overall it would be good to just kind of turn that playlist down. Alright, let's go to the music. Audio output chapter, go right down. Just a bit down to probably right there. Visually, it looks like that's where it's supposed to be. Anyways, thanks so much for your company and for lurking and for chilling out here. I appreciate you very much. I'm currently painting trees, or attempting to. Very, very challenging. They can be a real bugger. I'm no Bob Ross, so I just kind of wing it. I figure, yeah, that's good. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks so much for your input. Yes, anything to make the streams a little bit better, a little bit easier to listen to. I noticed that on my last stream, so this time around I turned it down just a little bit, but clearly not enough. I probably would have been more disappointed if nobody said anything and I went back and I listened to my stream again and I had the same issue, so I appreciate that you pointed that out. Yes, okay, so we've got the close-up view. I'm just going to be kind of like adding in the highlights and things like that on these trees here. Kind of have to make it somewhat similar to this, so I'm thinking if I kind of like pepper in some of this white there. Also, the painting is really good. The trees especially are so detailed. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. And thank you for the follow. You are awesome. That means a lot to me. I honestly have been wrestling with these trees for kind of a long time. And yeah, it means a lot to me, really. I'm not super good at the landscape stuff, so I'm learning as I go. And I figure if I struggle with it, I'm at least learning, right? So that's great. I think that's the important thing. If I struggle with it, then I'm learning. If I'm not struggling at all with it, then I'm not learning anything. So I try to give myself like subjects that I don't really know too very well, like just things like the last major painting that I did. I tried to do like a whole bunch of gemstones and things like that, and then the one before that, I did an underwater scene, so it was like a coral reef. And then the one before that, I did a sword in the middle. The dragons are all in every single one of them, but the dragons aren't really where I struggle. It's the landscapes and the objects that are kind of more rigid. So you know, I'm really trying to push myself with these types of things. You could have fooled me. It all do good and detailed. It's all so good and detailed. It's amazing. Thank you so much. You are so sweet. Goodness. means a lot to me. I'm just really trying. I don't know. And you know, like if I really meditate on it too, usually the answers come to me. If I really think about what I'm supposed to do and try to break down the fundamentals and all of that, I kind of get a better understanding of where I want to go with a painting. But this one I have struggled with since I started it. Like, it just started going south. It was doing this thing where, like, it's never linear with these types of paintings. It's never linear. Like, you start on it, and then you start working at it, and then it starts looking like crap, and you're like, oh man, I don't want to go back to this painting. I don't want to deal with it. And then it kind of goes up, and then it's like, okay, I'm a little happier with it now. And then sometimes you just have those moments where you're just struggling with it, and you just don't even want to deal with it. But I'm feeling a little bit better after coming back and kind of redoing the trees, because the trees were, they were such an eyesore to me before. So I'm just glad to hear that you said that. Gosh. Seriously means a lot to me. It's truly a relief. I really like struggled kind of hard. Like, people said some nice things. I'm like, yeah, whatever, with the painting the way that it was before. And you know, it's nice that they said those things, but it's like, critiques and things like that are welcome too. Like, if somebody said that the trees didn't look right, that would have been perfectly valid, because they absolutely did not look right to me. And I was like, all right, so people are saying some really nice things, but like, I don't know if people just didn't notice or something, but there's definitely not, they were not right before. It's pretty bad. Purely because it's the highest points needed. I want to get 1,000 points for ruined painting, but I don't want to ruin the painting. Would that be okay when I do get 1,000 channel points? Yes, please do ruined painting. Not to spoil any surprises, but no paintings will be harmed in ruined painting. So it's purely a fun thing. It's a pretty fun, you know, wacky thing, and I hope that you enjoy it. Yeah, the channel points are a lot of, they're just a hoot, they're a lot of fun. They don't really do anything to cause any major harm, and honestly, every channel points reward that I have is automated. Good, I don't want to ruin anything. Give me a heads up, like, before you do it, so I can give you the best effect, okay? Just so you know. Because it will be so fun. Yeah, it'll be super fun. You might get a kick out of it. I don't know. I really enjoy that one. Yeah, so definitely feel free to use ruined painting. I did kind of have that question before. I might need to like update the info about it, because I feel like that's a concern that a lot of people have, and it's a valid concern. It's valid. Totally valid. Yeah. Because, I mean, that would be kind of like, I mean, obviously it would be self-inflicted, right? Because, like, if I made that a channel point reward, and it were really that serious, it's like, why would I do that? That's kind of like a self-inflicted thing, right? But at the same time, it would be kind of upsetting. So, I fully understand that. I really do. I hope you're having a wonderful night. Elusive snail. The dragon on your stream overlay is super cute. The bestest dragon. Oh, you're so sweet. That is super, super sweet. Wait, I have a dragon on my overlay. Is it, was it one of the pins? I can't remember. That is very sweet of you. I appreciate you very, very much. Very, very much. You want to see something adorable that I'm working on? Okay, I haven't like had the time to actually really get started on it, but I got a sketch going and I want to show you. elusive snail, I would love to show you this, the sugar girl. So I'm working on this, this thing here. It's just a sketch right now, so it's like not actually done, but I want to make it into a nice digital art. And hopefully I can work on that on stream. That would be really cool once I get some time. But she's got like this donut, and she's like the confectionery queen. She's got she's got donut, whipped cream hair, and she's got cherries on her little back. And I wonder if you might be able to see it a little bit better on this camera. Maybe, perhaps. Just because it can focus a little better. Yeah, she's holding a donut. Or she's on a donut, and she's got little chocolate chips as like spikes on her tail, as well as cherries. Super fun. Super duper fun. I think it's a dragon. I could be wrong. It's a little blue dragon-like creature. Ooh, yeah, that's my little sunla. So she's kind of like a mascot of the stream, and she's like a little lion cub, but she changes with the theme. So when you change the theme, she changes color. Because, I mean, fire can change color depending on the element that it's burning on. So basically, she's just this little fire cub, fire lion cub. Sugar Dragon, protector of the sprinkle donuts. Yes, super cute, super fun. I always wanted to draw something like cutesy like that. I'm sorry if I just yelled in your ear. I got really close to the mic, and like for some reason I just didn't think about the fact that I got really close to the mic. Okay, Sunla is such a cutie. Thank you. You're super sweet. Super duper sweet. Yeah, that's my little Sunla, my little sun lion. Super fun. She was really fun to draw. It took me a million tries to come up with her design. She was originally a little male cub named Altia, but that just kind of changed because I updated my username, and I just kind of like rebranded a little bit. And she's kind of like a mascot that more resembles me as opposed to an assistant, which was something completely different before. And he was kind of a goob. I don't know. I'm kind of happy. I'm actually really happy I updated the design. It was kind of bad before, I thought. Certain things just need to be reworked, you know what I mean? Just gotta switch things up sometimes. Just gotta change things around. Change the trees 500 times. It's worth it. It's okay, don't worry. I hope I'm not too sweet or the sugar dragon might get me. But that can't be all bad. Aww. Sugar dragon's nice. Yeah, she won't do anything to you. She'll just, I don't know, be super cute and cuddle. I'm not really sure. She's just happy to be a sugar dragon. Oh, yeah. I gave her a tiny little tiara, and she's going to have like a bunch of different variations. So I figured, you know, like sweets come in a lot of different colors, right? So you could have like a donut that's pink with like a whole bunch of sprinkles, or maybe it's a chocolate donut that has sprinkles on it, and maybe she has caramel on her back, or maybe that's chocolate dripping off of her back, or maybe those chocolate chips might be like white chocolate instead of milk chocolate, or maybe the whipped cream is, you get the picture, the whipped cream on her head is a strawberry flavored. You know, so I kind of want to make a bunch of different color variations of her once I finally get it going. Finally. Just gotta get that kind of sweet time, you know. Sweet time. It's kind of a miracle that I'm streaming right now, to be honest with you. But I will have a new schedule posted up actually quite soon, like tonight. So my new schedule should be going, it used to be Tuesdays, or no, it used to be Thursdays and Fridays. That was my most recent schedule. I had to tear it down. Thursdays and Fridays, and I'm operating from Mountain Standard Time, and it was 10 to 1, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. But, yeah, so I am streaming that one of those schedule days. So, like, today is Thursday. It's going to be another 10 to 1. That's my rooster. Yeah, there are so many variations for her. Yeah, so many things that we can do with that. That's my rooster. So I'm kind of a bird nerd. Keto Squared, he's here. Hello, Keto. He's chilling with us tonight. Yeah, I'm kind of a bird nerd. So I've got a lovebird and an Indian ringneck. And most recently, a couple of little chicks and chickens that I'm raising right now. So I'm kind of a nerd for birds. So my birdie boys are kind of like little channel point rewards, as well as just fun little emotes and stuff like that too. Do you have pets, and what's your favorite pet? Chickens are so cute. I think they're great. I was skeptical of them at first, but I've fallen in love with my chickens. They are absolute loves and total dinosaurs, my god. They are dinosaurs. I swear. The fact that we didn't make that connection as humans sooner, that chickens were dinosaurs, it's just beyond me. I can't believe there are even people out there that still don't believe that. I mean, my gosh, I feed them scorpions, you know, like they eat them and they hunt, and they're total little predators, but they're absolute snuggle girls too. CDC says not to snuggle with your chickens. I say I'm snuggling with my chickens, but I'll do it responsibly. It's okay. I'm doing it. I'm healthy and I'm fine. My favorite pet was a chinchilla I had when I was younger, but I've got a dog and a rabbit right now. Ooh, a chinchilla. Oh my gosh, they're so cute, and they've got such big cheeks, and they're just, they're so chunky. I love chinchillas. They're so cute. A dog and a rabbit, super adorable. I do like rabbits a lot. Amethyst Mystery now. Nice. Yeah, so we're switching up themes here. Snuggle predators. That sounds, yeah, that sounds a little, yeah, don't snuggle with predators, children. Don't do it. Yo, so we've got Amethyst Mystery now. Yeah. A dog and a rabbit. So what kind of dog? Dogs are super, like, there's so many different types of dogs out there. It's just like, you could have a Great Dane or a Chihuahua, or, you know. Twitch was being weird and kicked me off for no reason, but I'm back. Oh no! I was just saying, chinchillas are so stinking cute. They're so chunky and adorable. And we're on Amethyst Mystery theme, so that's super awesome. Thanks, Keto Squared. And then also, I was gonna ask you what kind of dog you have. Yeah. Thanks so much for being here. I know you were saying you're lurking, and I've like pulled you back in and such. Don't worry if you kind of need like your hands free for something. Like, don't worry. I love lurks, and I appreciate you very much. So don't stress yourself out or nothing over this. A Jack Russell. A Jack Russell. Oh, gosh, I can't even picture that. No, it's fine. I just needed time to wake up properly, but I'm fine now. Nice. Right on. Yeah, I got the super meat boy with the wings there. Yes. Awesome. Yeah, I always need a second when I'm waking up. I can't just jump out of bed, you know. Some people are just totally good with that, but my gosh, I need a second, you know, like when I'm waking up, totally get that, fully. Jack Russell, I'm trying to think, small white dogs with brown patches all over them. I'm trying to picture that. I think I know what it is. Mine has a scar across his eye, which was a birthmark. Oh my gosh, that's cool. He sounds like a cool dude. Sounds like a badass. Super awesome. Well, that's very nice. Yes, they are so cute. Aww. The chinchilla, oh my gosh. How long did you have your chinchilla for? How long do they live for? I've always like to research. I've always enjoyed researching these types of things before I'd get a pet. Like how is their life expectancy? Because I always get like nervous about getting a pet that has like a really short life expectancy, because I know I get super attached. I like get so nervous about that stuff. But I have no idea. I don't know anything really. I mean, I've been around chinchillas, but I just, you know, never had one. So it's just a whole new thing for me. So I do need to kind of take a little bit of cyan and stain this dark color over here. Just gonna grab some of that cyan and just kind of move it across, just like this. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. There we go. I had him for 2 years, but I think before we realized my mom was allergic. Oh no, and we had to get rid of him. He used to run behind the couch and roll around trying to find dust. Oh my gosh, they legitimately do that? So like I've heard chinchillas like to play with like dust bunnies or something. But I thought that was like a myth. Like I didn't know. Really? That's so cool. What? Isn't there a Pokemon too that's a chinchilla that like sweeps dust with its tail? Minchino and Chinchino? I don't know if you know anything about Pokemon. That's a shot in the dark. That's truly a shot in the dark. Yeah, their fur is so thick they can't get it wet or they'll drown. What? So they have to be cleaned in dust. Oh, that's kind of like my chickens. They take dust baths. Those little ladies. Minchino and Chinchino, yes. Super cute. 5th gen Pokemon. Yeah. Yes. Do you play any Pokemon? The chinchilla Pokemon. I wish I had one in my Pokemon Shield playthrough. Oh, that would be so cool. Was that one of the cut Pokemon? I don't remember. Gen 8 was the first and only generation I ended up skipping just because of the dex cut. Everybody was divided over the whole Pokedex thing and everything else pretty much to do with that. And I ended up being one of the people that just kind of like decided to not purchase because of those things. And that is essentially what I ended up doing. I had one in my Pokemon Shield playthrough. Yes, but I played all of the other generations, so but I did miss out on 8th gen. So I'm sure I'll probably get 9th gen. If they do really awesome, oh my gosh, I was in love with Legends Arceus. So if they do a really good job with Gen 9 and it's like Legends, how they went all in and they did their best, even though the graphics weren't really anything to write home about, it was still a fantastic game. I only played Gens 1, 2, 3, 8, Legends Arceus, Gen 9 when it's released. Also, Minccino and Cinccino were cut Pokemon. No! They were cut. Oh. No! Yeah, Legends, man. Legends Arceus was so good. Such a good game, and the music was so good, and the actual like gameplay mechanics, I loved it. Oh, they weren't cut. I was like confused on how you played. I was like, maybe Elusive Snail played a modded one, because I know that they were trying to add Pokemon back in some mods. But I didn't really follow up on that all too much. I just kind of stayed away from all of that, like everything. Oh, yeah. I am kind of interested to see where they go with Scarlet and Violet, though. Yes. Very, very cool stuff. Like, seriously. They're going to probably do a pretty good job, I think. I think that they try to rush the games out a little too quick, a little half-baked, maybe. But, you know, that's just what happens when you've got, like, larger corporations and stuff like that really demanding a lot of Pokemon just because they're such a huge IP. It's like, I get it, but still. Still, it's disappointing as a fan. No, with Pokemon Home, I could have transferred one in if they were cut. They weren't though, so I got to use a cute chinchilla boy in my team. Aww, so cute! Oh yeah, they did add, in Pokemon, like, I can't remember how many, what, like 100 more or something like that? They added in some Pokemon, I remember that, yeah. With the DLC, they did that. Yeah, very nice. The little chinchillas. Did you ever name, did you ever name your, Minccino or Cinccino after your little chinchilla? That would be such a cute thing. Yeah, about 100 more with DLC and just with the base game too. Yeah, I did. They were called Charlie. Oh, that's so cute. So Charlie was the name of your chinchilla. That's so cute. That's a really cute idea. Yes, very nice. Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. I'll take like the nickname of a Pokemon and name the Pokemon after something out of sentiments for me. My daughter, she is obsessed with Pokemon. She's only 4, so of course she loves Pikachu and Eevee, but she knows a lot more Pokemon because she would watch like all sorts of Pokedex like run-throughs, and she would like listen to the names and everything like that so that she could memorize them. She tried to memorize them and she knows a lot of Pokemon. It's very surprising how much she actually knows at 4 years old. But anyways, I digress. She loves Pikachu, and Pikachu's her first love of Pokemon. So when I played Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, she was super young and she loved Pikachu even then. And my starter Pikachu was a female, so I named her after my daughter. And she's like, she's so cute. Like sometimes we'll still play Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu together, and she still points out that she's got the Pikachu named after her. It's so fun. Super fun. Eevee is the best Pokemon. Eevee is awesome. I do love Eevee. And my daughter absolutely loves Eevee. That's so wholesome, my heart. Oh my goodness. The fact that she's like, she loves that. She'll always be able to have that save file too, my gosh. It's cute. I let her have her own save file too, just on another profile. And she hasn't really gotten very far, because I mean, she's 4. Like, she's not really going to have like a, you know, a huge understanding of like how to play Pokemon. She can do battles and stuff like that, but like real simple battles, like, you know, just press A to win types of battles. But she, yeah, so she doesn't really understand that you kind of have to like do certain things to progress the story, right? She doesn't understand exactly how to buy items from the store. Although I've run her through it, she still doesn't quite get it. She doesn't know that there's a path that you kind of need to take, and that you have to use HMs to like cut and stuff like that. Even though they're on your Pikachu or whatever in the game, like she doesn't understand that you have to go and unlock these things through certain in-game events. So she's just kind of stuck before Viridian Forest. Like that's where she just kind of got stuck, which is super cute, you know. She'll be able to go back and play that if she ends up wanting to later on when she's a little bit older, but eventually. Be a good gamer, Mom, and teach her the Pokemon ways. You know she's already just kind of naturally interested, so it's impossible to avoid at this point. Technically, you can do a run without buying things from the Pokemart. It's just a bit hard. Yeah, I'll tell ya, she's at the point where she does have to buy things because she wants to catch all the Pokemon. She tries really hard to catch them, but she runs out of Pokeballs really fast, because you can imagine how she chucks them using the little Joy-Cons. She just kind of like throws them all over the place, and they might land on the Pokemon, maybe sometimes. And it takes her like 20 Pokeballs to catch a Pokemon, so you can imagine how fast they go. And she, for a while, was like doing this thing, and she didn't want help either. She was like really frustrated when I jumped in to help. But she went to the mart, and she kept buying individual Pokeballs, just one at a time, over and over and over. And I was like trying to show her how you can adjust the values, like you can press down to get like all of them that you can afford. And she was just fighting me on that, and then eventually she learned it, but like, oh man, she missed out on a few Premier Balls. That sucks. Yeah, I completed my Pokedex a week after I got Let's Go Eevee, and it was just the greatest achievement ever. Yay! Woohoo! That's awesome. So, which Pokedex did you complete? Did you end up completing Sword and Shield, and then you got Let's Go Pikachu? Let's Go Eevee, I mean. Nice. I love that you play Pokemon too. That is so awesome. It was a total shot in the dark for me. But here we are talking about Pokemon. That's great. I love that. I'm a total Pokemon nerd and a bird nerd. And a Panel to Pond nerd. And just Nintendo in general. I really, really like Nintendo games. I really like kind of like the aesthetic of it and kind of like just the cutesy stuff. And I play a lot of Animal Crossing and stuff like that. That's one of my go-tos. Animal Crossing, of course, but I also play things like I play Monster Hunter. I really like that. There should be a new DLC coming out for Monster Hunter Rise kind of soon. I can't remember when that is. Oh, that would be so awesome. I did the Sword and Shield Pokedex, all 400 Pokemon, then got Let's Go Eevee and completed that one too. Nice job. I'm hunting for shiny Vulpix. Ooh. Can't wait for that Silver Ninetales, huh? Ooh, that's awesome. Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley are really good games. Yes, they are. So I haven't ever played Stardew Valley, but my husband has, and I would like to watch people. Like, I watch people once in a while casually playing Stardew Valley. So that is definitely a fun title. I like to watch people play it. I personally have not. But definitely really cool. And I'm into the indie kind of style games too. More or less just watching. I don't really play a lot of indie games, but I do like to watch people play them. That's how I feel about them. I really do. I really like indie games, but I tend not to play them. But there have been a few that I have played. Like, my husband and I, we played that I really like. I have played Hypnospace Outlaw. I could rave about that game all day. So good. Animal Crossing. Oh yeah. No, I just want the shiny Vulpix. Oh, you do. Isn't shiny Vulpix green? Is it one of the green shinies? I can't remember. It's like a really bright green or like a yellow or something. I think. I can't remember, but that's just what's coming to mind. Vulpix is super cute. It's an adorable Pokemon. I just love its hair. Love its little tuft of hair. Cute little curly tails. Here we go. No, shiny Vulpix is yellow with orange parts on its feet that look like boots and the curls on its tail and its hair. Ooh. That's super cute, the yellow. See, I remember it as like a really bright, like kind of yellow-green color. I wonder if that's been updated. I kind of hope it has, if that was the case at all. But it sounds like it's cute, so not worried about it at all. Right on. That is so awesome. You know what yellow shiny I really, really like? I really like shiny Arcanine. Oh my gosh, I am a sucker for shiny Arcanine. It is so gorgeous. Yes. So I'm kind of thinking I might want to like add a bit of a yellow hue. I want to add like a little bit of a yellow hue for like kind of some warm lighting around here. But I also kind of want to darken this over here. Kind of like make this a little bit darker. Probably closer to something like this kind of violet here. So I think I'm going to kind of put together a nice violet palette. I just like shiny hunting the cute Pokemon. Now it's just a really bright, pure yellow. Ooh. Shiny Arcanine and Growlithe are cool. Yes, absolutely. I totally agree. But you know that, because I already said that. Let's see, primary yellow. I do like primary yellow. It's nice and thin. And it's very good for kind of like staining the already existing highlights into a nice yellow. This is too thick of a yellow to use. Use something nice and thin that kind of retains some of that white paint underneath as a base. And then I can use it. yeah, super awesome and exciting that you're doing some shiny hunting. What's your method for shiny hunting? I can't remember how shiny hunting in Sword and Shield goes. Because I never really played those installments of the game. I think if I add a little bit of orange, just the slightest tinge, that is not the slightest tinge. This is, here we go. Just a nice golden color. I want to try it here. Just a very nice, thin, golden color right here. So, like a nice warm lighting that's kind of on there. I want it to be like really subtle, but then we're gonna go over this with some highlights too. All right. Halfway to ruined a painting, nice. Super cool. And let's go. I'm just doing Shiny Charm, Lure, Catch combo. Oh, Shiny Charm. Shiny Charm's really great in the games. Lures I remember in Let's Go. Do a number on that shiny rate. Catch combo. Sword and Shield, Masuda method. And raid nets. Oh yeah, the raids, that's right. And I've seen that people do the Masuda method a lot for Sword and Shield, so I was just kind of wondering if like the method for that is kind of like a little bit different or a little harder than some of the other games. So that's another thing I was going to ask. Yeah, so the Masuda method is how you do that for like breeding and stuff like that. So, oh yeah, the other question I was going to ask was how do the different types of shinies work in Sword and Shield? I remember that there's a mechanic where like they'll get either squares or stars or something, or like diamonds. I can't remember what the different like the effect, like it's like a particle effect that comes off of them, but it's different depending on like the type of shiny that you have, which was a totally new mechanic, never was around before. And let's go with Shiny Charm, Lure, and Catch combo. Make it a 1 in 273. Yeah, so the thing about that is they recently found out that there's actually code in it that makes it so that it's not a continuous 1 in 273. I think the Catch combo only applies for the next spawn after you've completed that combo. So your best odds, instead of hovering around like I think what was it, 31 catch combo. So once you get the 31 catch combo, you're at max odds, but you only get one spawn that's at max odds, if that makes any sense. Apparently. Now this is just something that I kind of recently learned. So then that makes it so like the best method that you have is to essentially like just continuously combo, which should be pretty easy as long as you like check the animation that they make when they if the star shiny in Sword and Shield, they're rare because they're a pure shiny. The squares are normal shiny. That's so strange. And wasn't there some kind of code in that game too where something was kind of like a miss or something was kind of slightly, ever so slightly, kind of wrong or messed up about it? Like, I can't remember if something was flip-flopped or backwards or something, but it seemed like there was something about it that was kind of backwards. I can't remember what though. This is just stuff that I remember like hearing and like learning about, so it wasn't like anything that was like, I just you know, it's just stuff that I learned about through like other people and through like YouTubers and stuff like that that talked about it, which I personally have no idea how that stuff works. I totally skipped those games, so I'm a little in the dark on that. I'm definitely going to need a little bit of... I think that I kind of messed this up a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna go over it. Just gonna kind of go over it a little bit and then pretend that it never happened. It's never happened. Particularly this over here. So like I brought that color down a little too far and I need to mute it just a bit. So let's take some of this, a little bit of this orange. All right. Doesn't change anything, just the animation. Yeah, the shiny code was weird and instead boosted the odds of a Pokemon with a Watt Aura to spawn, which in turn gave that Pokemon specifically a higher shiny chance. Oh, so strange. That's why Masuda method was and still is the best shiny hunting method for Sword and Shield. Oh. I see. Big brain moves here. I see what you're doing there. Okay. You're trying to, so like what everyone wants to do is to get the highest value shiny, of course. Naturally, the one that's a little bit more rare. Because otherwise, what's the point? I mean, rarity is the point of it. You know what I mean? That's great. Awesome. So that's too much orange. I can't really do much with that. But if I blend it in, it looks a little bit better. Yes. Here we go. Very nice. I do need to go over that with some white though, and just kind of make it look a little bit more muted. Snowy. Okay, here we go. Just gotta go over some of this. Now I'm gonna move this around. Perfect, okay. Just gotta get in there with the camera. It's hard to do. There we go. Perfect. Yes, and all of them that came from Masuda, I think are star shiny though. I could be wrong, and I'm most likely wrong. Oh, all of them. Are the chances just reversed with Masuda? Because I thought that was something, there's something about like it being reversed, but it's too complicated. It went right over my head when I remember it being explained to me, but I feel like I'd understand it better if I actually played the game, but as I had mentioned, I completely skipped Gen 8. Like, it was the only one that I did skip, so I don't really understand much about the game's mechanics, because I got no hands-on experience. Zero. Pretty much. Might as well be. Okay, let's see here. Kind of need a little bit of a pale blue or something in there. I like this kind of like muted, I like blue color, but maybe some slight yellow with the very outer edges. Very, very subtle. Just need some really, really subtle whites. Like bright yellows, I mean. There. Here we go. Extremely subtle. Literally nothing more than that. That is already too much. It's already too much. Okay. Very nice. Just a tinge down here. Okay. Very cool. And then, oh, technical difficulties. Oh no! Oh my gosh, when did that happen? Maybe, but I'm unsure. Yeah. It's kind of technical. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts and stuff in the code, and it's honestly, especially with the newer generation games, it's like there's so many different things happening. Alright, so it looks like the main cam just exploded on me again. So I'm going to take a quick break while I reconnect it. I'm going to put it on a break screen, which is also going to run ads, but it'll be for a minute and a half. But don't worry, you're not going to miss anything. Literally, it just goes straight to a break screen, so you're not going to miss anything important. Alright, I shall see you quite shortly as I reconnect this lovely camera. Best of luck reconnecting it. Thank you. It does it every so often, like every hour, give or take a few minutes. Just because it's a GoPro, and GoPro has some really weird RTMP issues. And it follows a predictable pattern, which kind of, it's ridiculous because I can't do anything about it. Alright, I shall see you shortly. Be right back. There we go. I have to return. That took a little bit. For some reason, it tries to go back to the break screen by itself, which is kind of spooky and weird. But I expected it this time, and I caught it. Kind of quickly, I guess. Pecco is such a cutie. Thank you. He is my lovebird, my boy. He is such a love. As you could see, that was me giving him lovely little pets because he's super duper fluffy and sweet and affectionate. He loves snuggles, that bird. He loves to spend time with me as much as he absolutely can. And he's just awesome. I love him so much. Of course I do. That's why I made him so sweet. Makes me seem better. Oh my gosh, stop. It makes me seem better. You're so funny. Yeah, he's a wonderful bird. Like, seriously, he's just so... I'm blessed. I have him. And then Brewster, he's the Grinch in one of my emotes because he's a little less affectionate, but it's not his fault. He's an adopted bird. He's my Indian ringneck. And he came from an unknown background, kind of a little bit mysterious, to me anyways. And he's not as friendly, but he talks. and he talks really, really well. He says a lot of things, like his favorite phrase is "How are you?" which is why I have that as a point reward. Pecco's such a good bird, works well with kids. Yes, he's adorable. He's a cutie, a little cutie. He is kind of like, he does kind of follow the whole lovebird, like, temper thing, though. He can have a bit of a temper. So I don't really let my kid near him all too much, because he will bite fingers, and he's a little bipolar like a cat can be. Like he just has a bit of an attitude sometimes, but not always. But the good news is I can read his body language very well, so I never really end up getting bit unless I'm pushing boundaries. So like if I misread him or I'm just not paying attention, he might like nip at me, or if I'm like doing too much and I don't put him back and he's nervous around company or something, then he might nip. But you know, that's not his fault or anything like that. It's usually just me misreading. Yeah, he's very good boy though. Super good. My Indian ringneck Brewster, he talks wicked well. His favorite phrase is "How are you?" But he can also call Pecco by name, so I gotta get a video of that. He goes, "Pecco!" and he calls Pecco over because he's obsessed with Pecco. And he also says, "Good morning." And he also says, what else does he say? He says, "Hello?" He goes, "Hello?" And then he says a whole bunch of other things, but I'm just not thinking off the top of my head right now his other phrases. But he talks like all day, mostly in the morning and the evenings. Pecco and Brewster are the bestest of friends, best bird friends. Yes, they are. They absolutely are. They're always preening each other, and they're always around each other. And Brewster acts like Pecco is his baby. So Pecco's pretty small compared to Brewster. So Brewster always tries to feed Pecco and treat him like he's a baby. And Pecco loves being babied, so he's totally okay with that. It's hilarious. The dynamic of those two, I just adore and love them so very much. They're so funny. Just the dynamic of those two. Alright, so let's see here. I need to kind of darken up some of this over here, I think. That's right, that's what I was going to do. Get a little bit of magenta on my palette. Magenta color. I got my brush in my mouth over here. Brewster is like the grandfather that likes to take care of the child no matter of their age. Aww, yeah. I mean, yeah, he's kind of that way. He's so funny because the Indian ringnecks, the males, are like such little men. You know, they have these little pencil beards. They're so goofy looking. They got like these little beards and unibrow looking things. The ring around their neck, it connects under like the bottom part of their beak, and that part's like black, and then you get like this thin little ring that goes around their head. It almost just looks like a pencil beard, and then they got like this connection of like a dark line between their eyes, and that looks like a unibrow. It's super adorable. I love them. He's so goofy looking. I just love the Indian ringnecks and how goofy they are and how they talk. Like, just so awesome. Good birds, really. Yeah, he's a little less, like, he's not super affectionate or anything like that, but can't really blame him on that front because he came from a very strange background and he's adopted. So, like, I don't really know... I really don't know like what kind of background he came from, But from my understanding, it was a house that was kind of horrid. And I think that they bred birds there. And probably didn't follow legal protocols from my understanding. So I have him now, and boy, he gets treated so nice though. Oh my gosh, I don't like really push him into scenarios where he would feel uncomfortable unless it's something that he'll come out in the end happier. So like I'll give him like little showers and stuff like that, or I'll get him to come over and he gets treats and stuff like that. But I try not to push his little boundaries. He's a good boy. And yeah, he's always just kind of kept his distance. I've never had a pet that was like that, but like I said, I can't blame him. He gets treated like a king, yes. He and Pecco, they have like a little aviary. They have a very large cage that takes up a whole room. And they get tons of like different feeding stations and water, and like they can be separated if they need to be separated, but they mostly like to play together. And they're really good. So yeah, they have a really large cage. It's a walk-in. So you just it has a whole door and everything. You just open it up and you can go in there. I set up a chair in there so I can sit in there with them sometimes. And yeah, they're such good boys. They love each other. They treat each other well. Pecco, he has like one of those fluffy hut beds. It's like a triangle. It's like a triangle tube sort of bed. It's nice and plushy, and it's hung from the ceiling near the window, and he loves to lay in there and just be babied all day. He'll lay in there, and then Brewster will like come over and like feed him like a baby. Oh, they're so funny. I love them very much. Pecco loves this little fluffy bed. Alright, so I need to make like a nice magenta and blue. I'm gonna make a really nice deep violet. But in doing this, we kind of also should even it out a little bit. Just make it a little bit desaturated. Saturated just a tiny bit. Okay. How's this hue? It's kind of the same as what we had before, so I'm gonna go ahead and add this, a little bit of cobalt, a little bit of cobalt blue here, and then a little bit of black as well. Very nice. Oh, perfect. Yes. Super good. I'm gonna add a little bit more white already. Okay. Just gotta control the paint here as it's drying up, like really bad. It gets harder and harder to control. So I need to kind of gotta get it under control. There we go. I wonder how much of this is really showing. I have to look over at the at OBS from my computer once in a while, just to see, just to make sure. So, Elusive Snail, do you do some streaming as well? I am curious to learn. I love to learn about folks and the things people do. Oh, and speaking of Pokemon, that is a wonderful Pokemon soundtrack. From Pokemon Coliseum. No, I tried once a few years ago and it was really awkward, so I never tried again. Oh no! It's kind of challenging if it's like really out of the ordinary for you to like kind of talk to what feels like nothing, and then also like I feel like it helps if you end up like having some like, customer service experience or something like that where you're just talking to people all day. So I ended up like learning some habits while I was working at Starbucks where I just chit chat with the customers all the time. And before that, like seriously, even though I worked a waitress job, I was still like super socially awkward for like a really long time, and it felt like impossible to not be. Like seriously, just to the point where it's like I couldn't even fathom being like able to talk to strangers at all. So I've been like doing the customer service thing for a long time, and then like over time I kind of started to feel more comfortable with the idea of like just kind of chit-chatting, and I literally would not talk to like literally anybody, and I know I said literally multiple times, but but yeah, I mean now I get kind of like awkward and goofy and stuff, but it's chill. I don't mind it anymore. But yeah, like really, I can understand like the whole idea of it just being kind of awkward and kind of like hard to get past like certain things, like your words, kind of trip over your words, but you just kind of roll forward, and then like, you know, random strangers pop in and stuff, and you say hi and stuff, but it's, yeah, I get it, man. I really do. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Like public speaking. Okay, so I'm doing this, right? But like I can't even fathom public speaking. That would drive me crazy. I'd probably turn red and run off stage, you know what I mean? Like I can't even do it. I've been thinking about trying again, but it still kind of scares me. I wonder if there's things that you can practice that might help. Is it something that you want to do? Like you feel like you genuinely enjoy it if you got past that kind of fear? Do you think that like if you got past some of the initial anxieties that maybe you'd be able to tackle it? Because I'm sure you could do it, because I mean a lot of that stuff, it literally just takes some training. And yeah, you're gonna feel like your stomach's gonna turn and it's gonna like be really, really hard at first. But if it's something that you genuinely want to do, if you can get past that, I would say it's probably worth just trying to get past. But I'm sure that there are things that you can do, like practicing by talking into like white noise. I actually did that when I first started streaming because I wasn't sure what to do. I was nervous about talking into the void when I don't hear voices talking back to me. You know what I mean? Like I was worried about doing that, so I practiced talking like while I had earbuds in my ears that were playing just white noise and just talking into the void. And I did that for a little while, and then I kind of got off those training wheels, and so to speak. And but to tell you the truth, still, like probably the first month or two that I would hit go live, my heart, I swear to God, it would bump so hard, and it felt like I would swallow my heart. Like it felt like it was in my stomach, you know. It's so nerve-wracking. And there's like pretty much no way around that until it becomes routine. So it's hard. I feel like if I got past the anxieties, then yeah. It's more just the talking to no one that made me feel awkward. I agree. Yeah, like I said, like with me, I just did the talking into the white noise and that helped me quite a bit. I don't know that that's a perfect solution for everybody. Also, you could talk into the sound of people talking. Do you ever find it easier for you to talk when you kind of hear like chatter in the background, like there's a lot of people talking? Like when you're in a crowded space, for instance, like, and you're around a lot of people and they're all chattering amongst each other. If you like psych yourself out and play a soundtrack in your ear of just chatter, just people chattering around, and it's almost like more intimate conversation with you and somebody else. So it's like when you're in a crowded room and you're talking, usually you're talking specifically to somebody, so it doesn't feel like you're talking to like a whole bunch of people or into the void anymore. That tends to help me anyways, but I don't know the whole psychology of it, but it just seems like it's probably a pretty effective thing. Might be something worth trying to help you get past that initial anxiety, because if it's enjoyable for you, that would be super awesome. And of course, if you do start streaming, hit me up. I'd like to join ya. Bop into the Bomberman soundtrack. Oh yeah. Man, the soundtrack is just way too good. It has no right. It has no right to be good. It's Bomberman 64, for crying out loud. My brain's starting to get tired from painting all of this endless snow. I don't know how well we're able to really see here. I gotta kind of move the camera around so that I can get a better shot of this. Yeah, kind of want to make that like kind of disappear a little bit into the values, and then we'll come back around and we will fix it up, but until then, grab some more white paint. Alright. Just lighten this up a little bit. Looks like I got a tiny tube over here that I can use. I got this incy weensy little itty bitty baby tube of paint. So small. Alrighty, so let's just put that, I don't know, right there or something. Right here. I just want to use up the last of this before I start using up the big tubes of white paint. And there goes my bot talking about my social links. There it is. So my pal Space Daddy Gangsta told me about this lovely website called Beacons, and it's really neat. It allows you to link up all your socials and put a whole bunch of links and all sorts of things there. Really anything that you want. It's like a mobile website, a free website maker. And it's great for like if you want to make kind of a profile where you can link up with a lot of people in a lot of different platforms without having to necessarily put or list all of your platforms in like every single profile that you have across the web. You literally get a link where you have everything compiled together, so you don't have to worry about that. And I very much like Beacons. It's a really nice website. Super cool, super clean. You can customize it, make the background however you want, and you can even like have your tweets on like Twitter and stuff there. You can have, yeah, you can have like customizable icons and things like that. I use it completely free, but I guess there's like kind of a paid version too, like if you chose to do that. Super cool. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I think that it's quite nice. I was just like, yeah, whatever, and I didn't really give it too much thought when I initially heard about it. Okay, I wasn't like, yeah, whatever, but I wasn't like super, super stoked about it. Because I didn't really understand it, but ever since I set it up, I can't stop raving about it. It's actually really cool. It's kind of hard to ignore at a certain point. It's nice. Very nice website. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking to myself, I like that I was able to kind of add a highlight that kind of separated that from the background while also retaining kind of the same color palette with the snow. So I'm thinking I kind of want to do the same thing with his leg there, but I also really need to kind of fix up the values up here, especially like on his wing. I think I'll start with his wing. I think that's what I'm going to start with. I need to make it darker. Sorry if you asked me something and I didn't respond. I was talking to my mom. No worries at all. I didn't ask you anything, so don't feel pressured or anything too. I mean, you're totally allowed to go like AFK or whatever you need to do, you know what I mean? Lurking is totally awesome. I tend to lurk in most of the streams that I join, to be honest with you. I'm a bit of a lurker. I am. I lurk a lot around the internet too. I especially lurk on Reddit. I'm a Reddit lurker. But lately I've been trying to get myself to talk more on Reddit. And I was doing good for a while and then I kind of stopped. So, you know, can't really adhere to that too well. Gotta get back on it. Get back to it. So this is quite a bit darker, like a lot. Oh my gosh. That needs to calm down. Yes, no worries. You're allowed to have your life and do whatever you need to do. Don't feel pressured or nothing. I am just chilling and painting for probably another 17 or so minutes. So I'll be doing this for about 17 minutes before I'm going to call it a night. There we go. I'm going to be a bit slower in my responses because now I'm playing Dark Souls. Ooh, Dark Souls. Super nice. Well, enjoy your time playing Dark Souls. Yeah, no worries. I mean, do what you wanna do. Enjoy playing Dark Souls. I never did play Dark Souls, but I do enjoy Monster Hunter. I watched some Dark Souls gameplay. I just never played it. So we gotta make this darker. We gotta add... Woohoo! I messed that up for a second there. You definitely didn't see that. No way. I gotta get better at positioning the camera and being more mindful of where the camera is gonna go. That is something that I have been struggling with. I get so into painting that I just forget that, hey, I'm wielding a camera as well. Maybe I should get closer for some nice painting shots. on the cam. But yeah, it's a little challenging. It's a challenge. Yes, it is. Here we go. Nice. That's great. Okay, so I just really need to darken that up. And I'm thinking maybe I can add a little bit of this as well. Get a little bit of cobalt blue in there. Yeah. Now we're gonna kind of even this out a bit. There we are. Very nice. Okay, so let's see here. So something that I kind of want to do with this is I want to lighten up the horn over here, darken up what's over here, because we kind of have it a little backwards, like, okay, like a lot of backwards. In fact, I'm thinking about kind of like using some black paint to silhouettify some of the closer objects in here, especially like this wing talon, for instance. We're going to just kind of use some black paint to kind of get in there and just do this. Yeah. Very nice. And then the back part of it can be lit up. I'm thinking if I do something like that, then I can kind of pay closer attention to the values. I think it really is challenging. I'm starting to think maybe I should kind of like somewhat erase that as well. This little arm there. Wow. It's looking like my battery for the chat's gonna die kind of soon. We've got about 4% battery here. I really have to think pretty hard about how I'm gonna handle this. But I'm also thinking to myself, perhaps I should worry about these wing talons first. Let's get some more black paint on my palettes. I have definitely slowed down, so if it seems like I've slowed down with my painting, that is completely accurate. Right around this time, once I get to that like 2.5-hour mark, 2-hour mark, I start to really slow down mentally. I could probably make these streams a little bit shorter, but I do like to get more done. So it's hard for me to say no to that. Let me just go ahead and follow this. Okay. Hopefully we can kind of see what I'm doing here. So we can kind of see like the wing talons there. So I'm just gonna kind of bring those darkened silhouettes in. And I kind of want to redo this like icy look that he's got going on. some of it. Maybe not all of it, but some of it. Some Bomberman music. I do really like Bomberman music. Very nice. Alright, here we go. I'll have to wait till next stream to ruin the painting. I'm at 750. Oh, wow, 750 already. You rock. That is actually really nice. Nice. Yes, you'll ruin the painting as soon as I got it just the way that I want it, right? I'm thinking I'm going to add another wing talon right there, but let me get these two first. Like, I kind of want to add like some more spikes coming off of here after I kind of like reshape these a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I went a little too fast painting this dragon here. Thinking I kind of want to slow it down a little bit and kind of clean it up and fix some of the dragon base, a little bit of it as well, and make this a little bit like of a straighter line, less curved right there. So that is kind of distracting a bit. And then we can also add our wing talon. Third spike, or whatever you want to call it. Maybe not a wing talon. Maybe it's more of a, just kind of a spike that's kind of similar. There we go. Now we got 3 of those. And then let's bring this down. And I kind of want to like thin this out a bit too. Now obviously that's not all going to be black when we're done with it. We're just going to kind of map it out. Really nice way to kind of understand the composition in what I'm doing, and also it's just kind of marking this for later too, because it's basically just telling me, hey, fix this, almost like a sticky note to myself or something. Hey, work on this, hey, fix this. And then I have to listen to it, you know, I got no choice. Because it's, yeah, like glaring, it's right there. Also, kind of same deal right there. Yeah, my brain's kind of fried. It only takes like 3 hours. It only takes like 3 hours of streaming and painting while I talk. And, you know, I tried also, like, I did a video game stream one time. I only did one. And I'd still like to do more in the future and stuff. I really, really enjoyed it. But, yeah, my brain gets fried super fast doing that, too. I thought it would be a little easier on my brain. But no, it's not. Spoiler alert, it doesn't work that way. we're gonna go ahead and do some more of these. Ooh, that's gonna turn out the way that I want it, isn't it? Yes, it is. Tundra's Majesty. That's his name. He's the king of the tundra, and he's got a scar on his eye. This scar isn't a birthmark. This scar is a battle scar. Go. Very nice. I want to make this a lot sharper. Okay, here we are. Dang. Yeah. Tundra's Majesty is a difficult painting. Very difficult for me anyways. Challenge. Bit of a challenge. Alright. It's probably, honestly, better if I, like, maybe have, like, an outline of, like, the whites here. Bit of a pale color right there, and then kind of darken this up as well. That would be probably pretty helpful. And also his parts that are kind of in the back a little bit, might want to let that go straight to ambient light, which means I'm going to make it a lot more pale. Atmospheric, I should say. Give it to the atmospheric lights. And we can have some really high contrast happening. Yeah, there we go. Okay. High contrast happening in the foreground. But here in the background, it's just not really all that necessary. Very cool. And pretty soon here, we're going to be wrapping up. I'm going to give it much more time. It's looking like I got like 2 minutes here. Alright. In fact, I'm thinking I'm probably going to go ahead and say goodnight. We can go ahead and wrap things up. And call it a night. I don't really think I have any credits, although I might. Yeah, it's looking like I don't really have many credits to roll, but I can definitely try that out. All right. So let's go ahead and stop the paint cam, the hand cam, I should say. All right, let's take a look at tonight's progress. 800, nice. Dude, you're so close. You're so close to that 1,000. It's right around the corner. Next time. Okay, so take a look. This is tonight's progress. We're doing pretty okay. We're right on track with the trees, so I'm pretty much satisfied with the composition of the trees, but I do need to kind of switch up some things with the dragon himself, and that shouldn't be too difficult. I think I really struggled mostly with the trees, so I feel like I got the worst part over with. There's definitely a lot more to do, but but I think that it's doable at this point. I think I can definitely handle it. The frozen lake here, it does need to be smoothed out quite a lot and painted. But right now it's a pretty nice rough placeholder of where I want to paint. It's kind of like super rough. Yeah, so far so good. The trees, I kind of want to like flick some white paint at them so that we kind of get some little particle effects going on there. And then to make it look a little more snowy. And then also right here, I kind of want to add some more of those paint splashes to kind of add some motion, like he's picking up his claw out of the snow. So he's flinging up some snow. Super fun. But yeah, there's still a lot more to do, despite however it may seem. I think that the thumbnail composition is pretty much where I want it to be though, so that's a really, really good place to be, at least. Alright, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Let's probably go straight to the end screen because we don't really have anybody to raid tonight. I don't think I really have viewers to raid people. Yeah, and unfortunately, my regular streamers aren't really streaming right now, so alright, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and call it night. Have a super fabulous evening. I'll catch you next week. I'll stream again on Wednesday, so I really look forward to it. Have a super good night.